Welcome to Using the Checklist, video number 2 in the onboarding series. Today's topic is the second of 3 and explores how to adapt and use an onboarding checklist from our case study of a New York City-based nonprofit youth services organization. The video is about 4.5 minutes long and starts with collaboration. One of the most important things to remember is that many people are involved in creating and using the onboarding checklist. Staff and consultants, as well as board members, could be involved, especially to onboard a director of development. Collaboration is a great way to engage your team in the new hire process. Since the checklist idea isn't new, let's go through some of its items and its structural design quickly so you have a sense of its entirety. But please don't try to read it on the screen. The text is too small for that. The 2-page template is available in the Rumor & Clark template library, and you can download it there. At the top of the page, you'll see DOD. If you use acronyms, please don't assume your whole team will know what you mean. It's important that everyone know your lexicon. Here are the directions. These directions are intended for the primary reader of the document if you're using it as a communication tool among members of the hiring team, which we'll explore in a minute. Think of this section as a mini memo to whomever you're communicating. Next is the first chronological stage of onboarding, pre-arrival. This is when a good deal of the planning takes place for both your hiring team and the new hire herself. That's followed by the specific task in the center, and then who initiates the task and assumes responsibility for its completion here on the right. Looking further down the list, we'll see the next chronological stage, arrival, along with additional tasks with its corresponding person here along the right. The information is represented chronologically from the perspective of the new director of development. If you put yourself in the shoes of your new hire, it will be easier for you to conceive of the various things that she will need to know to succeed at your organization. If you or your team have any doubts or questions, just ask your new hire what she would like to know and embed opportunities to get those questions answered early on. A chronological step-by-step process of introducing and orienting your new employee implicitly says, I respect you and hope that your experience here is a positive one. Now let's take a look at how you can use the checklist as a communication tool among your hiring team members. Let's say you want to follow up your energizing planning meeting during pre-arrival with each member of the onboarding team, such as the director of finance, who's busy managing your budget. You could provide each person with their own version of the checklist with just the tasks for which they are responsible. Easy enough to do in our cut and paste age. By removing all of the tasks that the director of finance is not responsible for, it doesn't look like so much, only 2 tasks. In which case, his 1-page memo would look something like this. Doing this for your other team members may result in 6 tasks for one or 9 tasks for another, but they will all play a role and feel a respected part of your process. 3 things to remember about using the onboarding checklist. Collaborate. Onboarding can be a great team engagement opportunity. Engage them, including your new hire, in the process. Communicate. Use the checklist as an opportunity to communicate with your team. It's not just a list of things to do, but an opportunity to ask questions and get them answered. Design the onboarding experience from the perspective of your new hire. Remember what it's like to start a new position and try to put yourself in her shoes. Thank you for joining us for using the checklist. Next up, number 3 is a template containing resources and references for the Rumor & Clark onboarding series. If you want to know our sources of information and where to get more, that might be a useful document for you. This concludes the onboarding series. Thank you for joining us.